Jesus Christ. All right.
Dude, this is not gonna go
You
well.
done?
This is just not gonna go well.
You done?
I've always wanted to do that.
All right. I
To do that.
mean,
Like we chilling.
what's going on, y'all? What's with this? What's going
Oh,
on
we
here?
live already? I was beatboxing on live.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, friend.
What is everybody hear themselves fading in and out?
I can
I
hear
don't
myself
hear
fine. I'm
anything.
fine.
Jesus
I haven't said anything yet. I hear everyone
chilling. It's all good.
arbitrarily.
Christ Almighty, what's going on here,
You're the
Jack?
one that's like holding it right up to your mouth.
Yeah, because that's how I do it.
Oh well.
All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Smash coming at you with another episode of the Smashcast Live. We got a special treat opportunity guest here. First of all, it's your man Smash, and I'd like to introduce. Well, it's not introduced, but we got the man Philly right here, my brother.
I'm sitting here. A little warning. I'm a little sick, so let's bear with just a monotoned niceness of my voice.
Yeah, yeah. Try not to sneeze into the camera, Jack.
Achoo.
No, the
Cough,
Fazoo.
cough, sniffle, sniffle, grumble, grumble.
All right, and
Some
some new characters just for this particular topic, and probably some others to follow. I'd like to introduce my mother.
Well, hello. Thanks for having me. I feel great. I'm not hawking loogies like my firstborn, but I'm happy to be here. I'm
Hell
looking
yeah.
forward to the experience.
Yeah, yeah, and then
What's
let's
that about?
introduce my sister.
Hi. How are
Skip 'em.
we? Hope we're well. I am too allergy infused, so just beware.
I didn't put y'all on to talk about whether or not you're
Felipe
sick,
I'm
did
just-
it,
I-
so I,
I-
thought I,
I-
would
but
do
he's
it.
got a legit
Mom?
reason
Normally-
I am allergy infused. You just thought you heard
Look,
me
look,
think
look.
this here.
Normally, I'd be much louder and my voice would be, at different decibels.
So
at
when
certain
I do it,
points of
it's
the
a problem.
sentence.
Mom made a
No,
comment on it.
I know she
ISIS.
did, but I'm just like I'm speaking
I'm
in
the one.
reference to all
I'm the
y'all.
one being ravaged the most right now by
And I
Mother
also
Nature's
have to
antics.
I have to
ISIS.
scratch my throat.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
great.
Okay. Can we just, can we just,
Absolutely.
yeah. Anyway, we don't have to act all freaking pran just for the camera. I mean, the audio. Oh yeah, my fault. Wait, did I say Smashcast Live? I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, this is a Smashcast all ears. We got no visual going on. It's straight audio. Cause we're all comfy, cozy. But listen, y'all, we got a particular topic I wanted these people on for, and it's an ongoing thing I got going on right now, especially at this time of soft and squishiness in the environment. Phones, 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 phone.
Why not?
Are you gonna pay attention?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
All
Phone?
right. All right, okay. Let's go.
Phone. Okay. So, bada bing. We're gonna be talking about masculinity and femininity. All right. We're not doing a versus. This ain't about who's better than the other. This is about comparing and contrasting strengths and weaknesses in particular task. Okay? This ain't no feminist shit. This ain't no misogynist shit. We're just doing this because people seem to forget and think that gender roles are we seem to have forgotten where we came from, and that came out a little wrong. I ain't gonna lie,
That's
but it's
because
like
a few decades ago, everyone was like, "Oh, well, anything you can do, I can do better." And yeah, that's the truth amongst many certain people when it comes to certain things. And like people wanted to take that to a whole nother extreme. They wanted to like actually like I'm not gonna say overplay it, but jam it into everyone's skulls. Now, there are people who do believe that everyone can do the same thing, male, female, trans or not. But there are also those people who are very much sexist and believe that a woman's only place is in the kitchen. Now, there's a huge feud of that.
You said
Throughout
kitchen
America?
or home, you mean, in general.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna come home from my long day of work, go to bed, Hey, babe, when I wake up, what are we having for dinner? Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, fantastic, beautiful. All right, wake me up when it's done. All right, I'll see you. Gives the kid a kiss, goes to sleep.
What are you saying that that's the way it
Meanwhile,
should
mom.
be?
No, I'm not saying that's how it should
I'm
be. I'm saying
confused
that
on
like there
your.
are many different situations where that is flip flopped, where mom would come home, take a nap, and dad is cooking the meal. Now, you could flip that, equality and whatnot. Mom or dad don't have a job, or both parents can have a job. There are people who don't believe that should be a thing, for some reason.
That what should be a thing that the home should be taken care of by both
Like,
partners?
as long as there are compromise between both parties, and as long as everyone is all right with the role that they have in the household.
Well, I think there should be an understanding, as you said at the
Right.
beginning of the relationship, how the household is going to be run and established. I mean, if one person automatically assumes that the other person is going to take care of them for whatever reasons, and that person doesn't feel that they, should be just automatically designed to do something because of their gender, I don't think that that's appropriate or something that we have to, let it roll. That's some let it roll. Haha, gender
Henceforth,
roles.
a compromise.
There we go. Well, discussion. If dude may be a better cook. You know what I'm saying? Or a partner, maybe. I'm not gonna say man, female, because what do you do in the situations where there's same-sex partners?
We see in that
Or
instance,
Non-binary. There we go. He, she,
so
they.
Where
bisexual.
both parties are they,
Right.
in the
Who's to
singular
say
form.
what's up with that?
Well, the thing is with that, even in a homosexual household, there's still one that takes up the more masculine role, and another one takes up the more feminine role. In a lot of cases, one will generally do more than the other, even if they're doing both.
I don't agree with that, and I don't think that that's the case just because, like you just said, non-binary role. I mean, what is that actually defining? A non-binary means there's no actual gender
No.
designation. Is that what we're saying?
Their
Explain
pronouns
to
are
it.
usually they, them, theirs.
Right. So-
Or whatever they choose. Z, something or another.
Right.
I identify as an Apache attack helicopter.
Okay.
Felipe, come on.
All right.
Listen, that's important though in this conversation though. All that whole
What?
the,
Identify.
they, them, Z, H,
Yes.
Q.
No, but don't make fun of it. That's how someone actually identifies.
but he's
Some people
I
actually identify
understand.
as like black unicorn and this and that and that and that.
You know-
That is serious. I know people that identify as that.
wait, black unicorn.
That's something where I'm gonna have to draw the line on.
Wait, what black unicorn?
I'm a black unicorn.
Hold
What's
on.
good? Stabby, stabby.
Wait a minute. What's this black unicorn?
You know, unicorns are vicious creatures.
You
Alright.
choose your own pronouns.
No, they're actual, like,
It's not an
carnivores.
insult. It's not anything bad. You choose your own pronouns.
Yeah, but the choosing of a pronoun is
Yeah,
that
a
identifying?
unicorn is also not a pronoun.
Unicorn's a rhinoceros.
It's a straight up noun. It's not a
Oh
rhinoceros.
man.
All right, let's just just circle back to the purpose of this, shall we? If you're saying that there's a non-binary identification, are we saying that the identification means okay? So you have two women who are non-binary,
No. First of all, they wouldn't be women. There
two
would be
people.
no woman.
Okay, right. Okay, very good. So there are two people who are not identifying as what? Explain that to me.
What?
Yeah.
They have that identification that they're really comfortable being, and they feel as though that they really relate to it.
Okay.
So they would wanna. They think that they would be better off identifying as that Pikachu that's in the show.
Okay, so wait a
That's
minute.
not
If they're
funny.
all right, you're trying to put levity in it, but what the
That's
point
rude.
I
That's
just
actually
want
people-
clarity.
These
You
are people that
understand
actually
the
watch
flip,
your
though.
show. That's
Okay,
that's
let's
the
try
thing.
and
So if you
find
make fun of
clarity.
it, you're gonna
Listen,
lose people.
listen.
just-
First of all, I ain't afraid of losing nobody because if you
All
don't know
right.
my show, then
All
that's. All right, let me hold on, mom. Before this shit derails. All right, first of all, I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm only giving a fuck because it's y'all and we're in Ia's house and I don't even Ia's room and I don't even like cussing like that. All right, because we're here. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we don't stray away from harsh subjects. I will warn people beforehand.
Okay, but
Okay,
don't sit there
and
and make
and,
fun
and
of
talk
someone
of
now.
talk. Okay,
It's not making fun of. It's more
Listen,
so like an example with humor in
Isis,
it.
you just said black unicorn.
So what?
What's a black unicorn?
What is a black unicorn?
Please
So
answer that
what?
question.
It's you.
What? So what?
It's how the person
ISIS,
identifies.
Okay.
you said black unicorn.
Okay.
Hold on. Are we already, is this what
Hold
you
on.
wanted? 'Cause
Hold
I'll
I know. First of all, I want you to
It's
talk
not
into the mic. That's what I wanted.
No.
For you to
Explain.
speak.
Explain
here's the thing,
what you
Isis.
mean by that.
This is my.
Listen.
I'm asking for personal
ISIS.
about this. Don't sit there
I
and
understand.
make fun of someone's pronouns.
Here's the
Hold on.
explanation.
Well,
Here's the thing, though,
explain it
Isis.
to me.
You say
Explain
black
it.
unicorn, and I'm thinking, first off, unicorns don't exist.
It's
First off,
something. That's
now,
how someone identifies.
I understand, and I will respect you and your pronouns. Just so long as you understand that you were born either male or female.
That's
I will respect your wishes and your pronouns.
Let's listen. Let's explain what we mean by that, okay? Because what Phil's going on about ISIS is that saying something like a black unicorn, basically what you mean is queer. All right, right? Am I wrong in
Well,
saying
why don't
that?
you explain it?
Queer is not gay. It's just
Can
odd.
you just
All right.
excuse
What
me?
is black
Let her
unicorn?
explain it. Go ahead. We're waiting
Hold
for the
on.
explanation.
What?
Non-binary means that you identify as either gender. You are non-binary. You are gender fluid. So therefore, your pronouns. There's pronouns that are out there that are Z, and I don't have the list in front of me, but
But-
there's a few.
How is black unicorn a gender?
That's just something that they chose. Don't fix it on
right.
that.
Okay.
That's just
How
something that
is
they chose.
Z a gender?
That is something that the science people have. What's it called? Scientists have actually came with. If you look up the list of
This is
non-binary,
the confusing
look up
thing
the
that
list
I
of
have
non-
that
Okay,
I'm going
I'm
crazy
answering,
about because
I'm answering. Look at the list of pronouns. There's a bunch on there. It's not just he, her. We,
Right.
you were all straight here, right?
yeah.
We identify as cis. We're cis female, cis woman,
what-
and then you're cis men. CIS
What does that have
dash
to do with cis?
men.
Hold on,
Because
hold on.
if you are a there's cis woman which identifies as you're heterosexual, and then something else that will identify as you're not.
What's the definition of cis?
Wait, why don't we just get that firmed out and
Mom,
let's
I
just
got it.
see
Mom, I
before
got
we
it.
start. You got it?
Mom, I got
Okay,
it.
because I don't want to just roll in what we think and have something totally different. But as you're looking down, you got
Gender
it?
person, sometimes cissexual, informally abbreviated cis, CIS.
CIS,
What's
not
the definition?
SIS.
That's what I said, bro.
No, I'm just emphasizing it.
Is a person whose gender a gender identity matches their sex assigned at birth. For example, someone who identifies as a woman and was identified as a female at birth is a cisgender woman. The word cisgender is the anatomy. Yeah. I'm sorry. Antonymy.
Autonomy.
No.
Anatomy.
Antonym of transgender. That took me a second.
Cis. What?
Cisgender
Is the antonym
is the
Oh, it's
opposite.
the opposite.
of
Okay.
transgender.
Okay. So that means if you are born a female and you identify as a female, is that correct? Can you follow me on this and let me get this right? If you're born a female and you identify as a female,
Yes,
you're
you and I are
cisgender. Is that yes or no?
Cisgender woman. Follow it up with the last term.
All right.
So
Cisgender.
does that-
We're
so-
cisgender woman.
Because we identify as women and we were born women.
Yes.
Now for
they
the brothers,
are cisgender males.
it.
Does that
Okay.
also go
Men.
for a gay woman or a gay man
No.
that still identify as a woman or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that
There you go.
sexuality has nothing to do with it.
No.
We're talking identification.
Yes.
Versus-
I had it mixed up by
Okay.
accident.
No. I'm just looking for clarity because it's really murky, to be honest with you. There's a web, and every time you turn around, there's a new term being thrown. And I'm like, hold up. Man and woman, that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And every time I say something, you correct me. ISIS is always correcting me on he, she, whatever pronoun I
Cis
should be using properly.
Was invented in the 1990s.
Okay, well, I haven't been using it ever. So let's put it that right there. So the point is, getting back to that, how I identify my person has nothing really to do with my sexuality. Are we clear on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now if I'm in a relationship with my partner, I need to identify my role. Right? Now, if we're going to put my role in this relationship, whether it be caring for children or building the shed in the yard, we have to discuss that up front and define, listen, you take care inside, I take care outside. I stay home, kids, whatever, or you get 3 days, whatever, however works well, whether I am identified as male, female, or identify with what pronoun I use, whatever. So what we're doing is looking at the old way of thinking, the gender roles of man and women, of woman and man, versus the current translation and reality of life. Because you can't automatically think that because I'm born a woman, that I have to have the traditional gender assigned role of centuries ago. That's all I'm saying. So I take out garbage, and we all know that this household that you all grew up in was absolutely not gender formed. Your father and I had very different roles and very similar roles at the same time. So when someone, when
You
you
guys
guys,
just took on the tasks that you felt you would better for.
well, right, some of us not so better for.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So we did what we had to do to survive, to make the household complete as best we could, and that meant I mowed the lawn, he cut hedges, he cooked, I warmed
Equal
up food.
treatment, 50-50.
Exactly. Well, not 50. Let's not go 50.
As close to 50-50 as you could possibly
Well,
take it.
no, I'm gonna go back with we made the household run as best we could. There were times when I'm sure he felt as though I wasn't as attentive as he thought I should be, and certainly there were times when I felt the same. And even in this relationship without him, I feel that with my two sons and my daughter, the gender roles of the traditional way are absolutely not in effect. Absolutely not. Because I will be out there mowing lawn, clipping hedges. Whereas my daughter, your sister, is going out to school, learning. Whereas your brother's not climbing the roof. Whereas you are climbing the roof. You understand what I'm saying? So the gender roles where we may have thought belong to a male, female, traditionally, certainly not in effect in
Pretty
this.
much just dissolved.
Well, right. I mean, I think we have to get away from identifying a role via gender. Unless we're looking at it as a compare and contrast, as you initially said in the beginning, that we have to look at what happened centuries ago or decades ago, however you want to put a timeline on it, and then look at what's going on today. You cannot firmly exist in certain households knowing that the man is going out to work. First of all, there's not always a man in the home. Let's start with that. Single parent households, let's start with that. What happens there? Tell me.
Well, in that case, it's either like there's no man nor woman. No.
It's maintaining
Like-
the household.
There's no man and or no woman.
There's no role. A gender role would mean that she needs to have a man to exist with her family. Go.
Well, did you just tell me go?
Yeah. I want to know what you think, because you like, I see your
Right,
wheels
he just
turning.
got tight because you told him
waiting
to go into
I'm
show.
sorry, I
Wait
can't
a
tell
minute.
you
He got
I
like
tell you all day,
Now,
every
you're
day.
telling me on
You
my
gave him the green
podcast
light to
that
say
Exactly.
something
you're
on
telling
his
me
podcast.
to go,
Listen,
and
listen.
I go when I please. You know,
Well,
I hit the
tight.
gas
You better
and
go and
I
talk
go
about
when
it.
I
You were
want
inside
to.
of his
All right.
castle
You ain't
right
gonna
now,
tell
Mom.
me.
You better go and talk about it.
Listen, G.
You can't
Listen,
tell
listen.
him what to
Off
do.
Don't
rip.
make me
He don't
grab
need.
this.
He don't
Smack
need.
that mic
You
out
got
your
one
hand.
mic.
no
I got the better
woman.
mic. I pay
He
more
don't
money
need
for
no
the mic that I
grown woman.
have.
You see this
Okay?
the gender roles
Nah,
now. You
you
don't
see
need
it,
no
Chief. I
grown
work
woman
for
to tell
this.
me what to do.
Whatever.
Everything you see, I was on my masculine
I'ma
doing
let
this
you
shit
I'ma
to
let
get
you be
this
the
shit.
big
All
Willie.
right,
Go
Chief?
ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm put my dick
That's
on the
my
table.
boy.
That's right here.
Hercules.
That's my
baby. That's my baby.
Bro, you
Go
might
That's
have
my
said,
dick on
like,
the table.
You made
There
a
you
thud
go.
like.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like
All right, I know
I don't want to hit the
Right.
mic because it's
Well, just-
expensive.
it's just the
You're
tip
right,
of it.
honey.
It's
Just a tip.
Just
Just
a
a
tip.
tip. That's what
Listen.
we
All
hear
right.
that so much.
Anyway,
Anyway.
fucking A.
Just the tip.
Right.
All right.
You remember
Sweet
your
memories.
mother's in this conversation,
Because first of
right?
all, you
All
just
right.
said
Remember.
you just said she has to take up the roles of this and that. Like single fathers don't exist.
Well, I'm not saying that at all. Not at all.
But
I'm
you just
saying
said
what
that she
happens
has to
in that
she
environment.
has to raise her family without a man.
Right.
You say she. All
Right,
right,
I
like
use
like
she
a
as an
single father.
example.
Okay, you use she
Just
as
as an
all right.
example.
All right, because you're female and you're more
Right.
inclined to use she because you want to represent your own gender.
Not true. I'm
Okay.
going to say he. I'll flip it right now.
All right.
So now he
All right.
has to find a wife to take care of his household and his children.
He doesn't have to find a wife.
Well, in the traditional sense,
Yeah.
that if you're
And
going to
then
go
you got
back
those
to that
who are so stubborn and don't
generational-
want to look for any kind of relationship. Not even just look for a relationship.
Listen.
Allow a relationship
Listen,
to happen in their
he-
life.
that's
he-
another
here's the
There are a
thing.
lot of people who like just don't care to let that happen.
Listen,
Right.
I see what you mean about the mic.
but he's what?
Like it would like fade in. And
Yeah,
out
well,
sometimes.
you're holding it by the wire.
Well, regardless, it's wiggly.
Right. That's
Put
so.
it in a stand and
try
bring the
to.
stand
Yeah.
over.
That's why
Yeah,
I.
but I
I'm
like
saying
holding the
okay.
mic.
All right,
Right.
well then
so
there you
so
go.
just watch how you hold it in that
Alrighty,
case.
Rue.
I'm saying, listen, whatever alignment you place yourself on, okay, no matter whether you indulge in the same gender, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because the whole point of what I found is that masculinity and femininity transcend just male and female, because it's not just like, and I only say transcend because people are now dampening what is by saying cis, putting labels on everything, cis, Z, HQ, whatever the fuck. And
It sounds like masculinity and femininity have been like boiled down to their bare bones definition. Like what task would be more like the dominant, the heavy lifting thing, or something
but here's the
like that.
thing though, like that's what you're doing though by saying heavy lifting.
No, it's the heavy lifting part is only an example.
Well, in terms of what we're doing is
Like women, there are women bodybuilders. And
okay.
they
All right.
would- a
Listen,
woman
your
that
mother
went-
has lifted many, many things.
A
Let's
woman
not
that
even
went Super
speak.
Saiyan to save her child from the car.
I'm,
Like,
I'm saying, okay. First of all, adrenaline is different because when men hit adrenaline, we're gonna throw the car.
Okay, what I'm not understanding right
it all
here-
depends on your bare
I'm
bone, like
saying-
your
I'm
base
saying-
strength.
I'm saying-
how it's gonna get amplified.
I'm
I say
saying-
Super Saiyan because
Phil-
the adrenaline is gonna give
Right.
you all that strength.
I'm saying is that because think of it like this. This is literally the easiest explanation I can give anybody. Yin and yang. I've told y'all this. Yin and yang. Okay, the masculine yang, the feminine yin, and then you got the dots in between both. We each, as men, the yang, and females, the yin, we can dip into the other traits and roles for whichever situation that we need fit. Not everybody does that. We can do it. Not everybody will do it. Which is why you see a lot of single mothers, single fathers, single mothers who can raise sons and somehow succeed at it, and single fathers raise daughters and somehow succeed at it.
Okay, they're somehow apart. They're somehow.
The somehow because most of the time it's not as efficient as if the other gender was in the house at the same time.
You know the lead
That's a
singer
negative.
to
I don't
Five
agree
Finger
with that
Death
at
Punch.
all.
What about
You know about them, right?
what? Yeah.
You seen what Ivan Moody looks like?
Phil, I don't know what these people look
All right.
like.
Okay. Well, the lead singer to Five Finger Death Punch is a single father to a daughter.
Oh,
and
wait, you mean Jacqueline Hyde? Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen,
yeah,
I've
the band
seen,
that made
yeah,
the song.
all
Yeah,
white
yeah,
guys. Yeah. What about him?
the lead singer is a single father to a daughter, and he's from what it seems, he does a pretty bang up job. Like he's both a badass, a caring father, and he takes care of his daughter.
You know what? You're supposed to. You're a parent, period.
No, yeah,
Start with that
of
first,
course.
whether I'm a mother or a father. If I have a child and offspring, whatever you want to call it, DNA drop, I need to take care of that.
Right, and I'm just saying it's completely possible because he's a world-renowned artist. The
Of
band
course
is
it's possible.
world-renowned,
It's been
and
done
Phil,
for
talking to the
years.
mic. Talking to the mic.
He's living this life of great stress and no sleep because you're a music artist and whatnot. And I'm commending him. I'm giving him respect on account of the.
I know the audience doesn't see my face, but Lord knows you're talking a lot of yin yang.
What are you talking about? He does a good job to take care of his business and his family.
First of all, we are talking a lot of yin yang. As I just brought them
Ha
up.
ha, yin yang. I'm
Yeah.
saying yin yang. I mean, I'm saying like what?
What?
He's not sleeping because he's a musician.
There are times where musicians would be up all night working on the project that they're trying to do.
How about he's not sleeping because he's a good parent, meaning that he's working.
That's also an
period.
option. That can be put into
No,
the same
no,
category.
let me
like
let me finish that. Let me just finish that real quick. He's not sleeping because he's working, which his job is a musician, right?
Yeah.
So he is up all night working at his job, as I and your father have had many a sleepless nights working and caring for you guys. So it's not because he's a musician so that he's amazing at his parenting.
He's the only adult in his daughter's life.
Felipe, it's the same thing applies. You have many who have the same scenario, whether you're a musician or not. You know, I think we're looking for exceptional behavior where the behavior should be standard. So I'm this, that, and the other, and by the way, I raised great kids. No, you raised great kids and you're this, that, and the other. Because as a parent, that's your first focus, to raise those little beings. Good, bad, and good. You
You're
want
right.
them to be good. I mean, do the best you can under the circumstances.
I'm talking about the scale of the situation. I'm not talking about just the situation about him being a single father, a musician, and taking care of his daughter. I understand that you guys have.
I don't get that. I don't like that. I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off.
I understand that you guys have done what you had to do to raise us, and you've done a bang up job. You've done a wonderful job. I'm just saying that, like, Ivan Moody's very much on tour a lot. He's always out and about, but he's the only person in his daughter's.
If he's out and about, he ain't the only person.
And he's the only. Okay, he probably pays people to take care of his daughter when he's not there. I
That's
understand
correct.
that. However, what I'm saying is he's always still trying to find, even with his backed up schedule, trying to find time for his daughter, even though
Okay.
he doesn't have a woman to go home to right now.
You know what? I'll take everything except that last sentence,
Hey,
even though he
you
doesn't have a
understand
woman
my
to go
point,
home
though?
to. I understand that he's trying to raise a good child.
Right.
He's trying to do the best he could under his circumstances and try to still
I guess I
fulfill
shouldn't
his
have
life.
said the woman part, but
The bottom part was the
you
where
know,
it just derailed and went left. To
that-
be honest with you, because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why, and here goes back to your original thing. If you're gonna tell me that, yay, man, raising great child, listen.
it's only an example. It could be the
Understood,
same with a
sweetheart.
woman.
Oh,
Could
thank
be
you.
the same
That's
with
what
a
I
woman.
wanted to hear you say.
Oh,
I wanted to hear
you see,
you
there's
say.
that
"Where's
like
my
forcing
kudos?"
equality.
No, I'm not
I
forcing
don't need
it.
to force
No,
the
no,
equality.
I'm not
I just
forcing
think
it.
you need to recognize what I'm trying to say
Jerry,
and apply it to
Jerry,
both sides.
Jerry,
all right?
Jerry. Listen,
All right.
what he's getting at, is that the problem is that society likes to put female, what's the word I'm looking for? Female achievement. It's these days over.
Non-recognizing.
Listen. We can have Which is toted higher, Mother's Day or Father's Day?
Mother's Day.
Okay.
Okay.
Mother's Day. What do you get from? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You see that?
100%.
Mother's Day is
Because you know
toted higher
why?
for the thing.
I'm sorry. What'd
Okay,
she say?
but here's the thing.
What'd she say?
Because without you, there wouldn't be us. So
Okay,
without us,
and without the
without
pops,
us, there wouldn't be you.
us.
No, I thought you were gonna say something else, meaning that where's Daddy? He wasn't there to take me to the
Hold on,
fair.
nobody-
At the time, Poppy is not there. Not
Listen.
meaning your father. I mean
Mom,
the
I don't
father
agree with
is
that.
not
Listen,
around.
listen.
That
Hold
all
on.
the
Let
time.
me
I don't
finish.
mean your
Men,
father.
Listen.
no, I
listen.
don't agree with a lot of men are taking roles, but I say that
Yes.
that Mother's Day is higher because without the mother, you would have no you.
Okay.
Right,
That's
and
why
without
I
our
say
father,
that.
there wouldn't be an us either.
The
Well, it
science
takes
is
two
working
people
on
to make a
that.
child.
Well,
Yeah,
regardless,
you're right, but we baked the baby.
science
Indeed.
has come to the point where women can actually reproduce without needing a man.
Here's the thing. First of all, okay, don't bring that whole we can. They made dogs and sheep from nothing, so they're gonna replace all of us. So get that whole we baked the baby. All right, they made animals and they're gonna work on
But
people.
regardless, that's
Listen,
what I'm saying.
and there's been plenty of books written on in vitro fertilization through plants and all that shit. So nuts to that. All right. I'm saying is my original point is that Mother's Day is totally higher than Father's Day. Okay, with Father's Day, you see nothing but Home Depot and Lowe's commercials, whereas Mother's Day, you'll see plants, cookies,
Home
mothers.
Depot and Lowe's
Okay,
commercials.
exactly. Okay, then.
And
Whereas we
you see
just get
plants
home
and
improvement.
cookies
Okay,
too.
okay.
Why do we get the
On
home
Father's
improvement?
Day?
I like
You
chocolate.
see plants and cookies for
You
Father's
do.
Day?
I like
I don't
Coming
see
up.
that. I
I
don't
like
see that.
cookies.
Wait, now it's
I
coming
agree.
up. Now it's coming up. Whereas
now it's
growing
more
up,
noticeable.
okay,
Alright.
not,
Yeah,
yeah, because
exactly.
because
There's
now they're
equality.
recognizing through male.
You
health.
want to call out the recognition from one gender? Let's call out the recognition from the other.
But that's the thing. But hold on. That's the thing though. That's what we're talking about. That's where he's going on with that dude from Five Finger Death Punch, because him as a single father ain't worth coins to a single mother.
Correct.
Right. If Ivan Moody
By
was an
societal
Yvonne
standards.
Moody, she would get a lot more praise.
Yes.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be home probably, or they'd be on the road traveling together.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so I mean,
if
that's
His
kind of
daughter's
tough.
like not even 10 years old, not even 10, 11 years old.
I hear what you're saying, but my point is that we're gonna give him, applause, whereas he's just taking care of what's his.
Right, but here's the thing though. You're saying that, and
Yes.
that is the base logical way of thinking.
Right.
But that is not what at least the media wants
I'm
you
going to
to
respect the fact that he's done so much for the music community, and he's also done so much for his daughter. Do you
Sweetheart, no, you know what? You're probably right, and I'm gonna say yay, because you're being a good parent. What's that?
Every parent that takes care of their kids deserves applause.
Every parent, say it again.
Every parent that takes care of their kids deserves applause.
And there you
Well, you know what?
So
Is
that's
it an
what I'm
applause?
saying.
Or do we just have to see that as the norm? Has society drifted so far away that we now have to applaud
Yes.
proper parenting?
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
That's sadness.
there are a lot of
That's
people out
sadness.
there who
Who don't
literally
know-
either treat their kid like crap or just
Right.
like
Who don't parent. At
don't
all.
parent. Exactly.
Right.
The,
Right.
the whole point of me toting this topic as a podcast is because not just poor parents. It's mostly because women these days, and then for the men these days.
beg your pardon?
Listen,
Okay, I don't know.
listen. You're
There
not
was a
from
family-
these
to jump.
days. You're not
Look,
from
there was a
these
fam-
days.
There was a family that
You're
came
not
into the
from-
store. Look, there
Listen,
was a
hold on,
family-
hold on.
Okay,
Let me
okay,
fit. Let me
okay.
fit.
Okay.
One.
Go ahead,
Did
go
you
ahead.
not hear what
He
I
did
said
say
after that?
he
Did you
did
not hear what I
say-
said after that?
All right, go
One
ahead.
at a time.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead. I'm sorry.
One at a
Jumping,
time.
go.
Listen, I'm saying why I'm doing this. At first, is women these days, and second, is men these days. All right, because that's what it is, and then society, today's society as a whole. All right, because I know all this shit is really perpetuated and then steamrolled and then continued by what we see on TV and what we hear through the internet, which is created by. Which I don't even blame the internet. I blame people because people keep this shit going.
People made the internet.
I don't understand where you're getting that.
I'm getting that.
Please explain.
Listen, I can't exactly pinpoint. All I got are theories on who started this bullshit.
Started with bullshit. Tell me what it is.
Okay.
The misunderstanding.
Wait, hold up. Let
Hold
him
on.
throw it out.
The
Go ahead.
deconstruction of and I'm looking for the word. Defamation of the gender roles, the gender traits, all of that, where we act like we don't do these things, that these things aren't innate in us just because we're people. Everybody's so focused on being one, being like, yeah, just being one. We're not this race, that race, we're the human race. But then we're like, people say we think the same, this and that. But in actuality, as long as I've been alive, I can see that men and women, we ain't the same.
No.
We ain't, and that's the beauty of us.
It may be the same
But it's
when it
also
comes
Phil.
to
You want to let me
species.
finish?
Well, I'm agreeing with you.
Phil,
We
I know-
may be
I
the
know,
same
man.
when it comes to species.
Like I know, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, we're the same when it comes to humans, yes. But when you broken down further, we're so different from each other that it's ridiculous. And for us to ignore that is only going to be the deconstruction of society.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's going to be the deconstruction because we're going to forget who's doing what and why we're doing this. And everybody's going to be fighting each other because now when crazy shit goes down, we don't have nobody else to look to.
Recognize the bare bone facts before you break it down or build it up or make a tree out of it, branching off into many different subjects.
And I feel like I'm going all over the place on this because I'm trying to lightning rod my shit. But what I mean is, I ain't saying a woman can't work a Fortune 500 company. I'm not saying that.
Oh.
You know what I mean by that? Okay, I'm not saying that females can't go on. I'm saying that basically equality between the genders was voting, right?
It started off with
Okay,
voting.
started off with voting. That was that. Okay, you're making a face. I don't know why you're making a face.
That's because men
That's right.
have always like wanted to be on
Okay,
top,
Phil,
and they've always
Phil,
had that,
Phil,
that
Phil,
inferiority.
Phil, you know what, Phil? I'm gonna ask you, please stop.
There's a big pause in what you're saying,
I
so I'll
understand
fill
that,
the gap.
Okay,
man.
don't fill the gap because you pause for effect, or if I'm trying to figure shit out. I get what you're trying to do, Phil. Let me finish speaking. I'm saying that women voting was a good step for equality, But what's going on now with women think that they don't have to pay for the date.
I've
Women
gone out
don't.
with a
Women
few
don't
females
think.
that just
wo-
that feel have to feel that way.
Women don't think they have to pay for
That's,
the date.
you're generalizing.
Hold
I
on,
don't
hold on,
agree
hold
with
on,
that at
hold
all.
on, hold on. Well, you got outliers. The women
No.
you got outliers. Women that dip the toe. Hold on. Women that dip into that black circle in that yin,
I'm
that
talking
yin.
about the entitlement.
Okay, you got entitled females, and I want to say, what's it called? What's the word? The shit you get when you're a single parent, when you're a single mother, when you get money.
Child.
Child. What's it?
Child support.
Yeah, child support. Yeah,
Child
yeah.
support.
Okay, that shit. That's unfair. That's what I mean.
Is unfair.
Child support. Child support is unfair. I gotta go upstairs. Hold on. I gotta go upstairs real quick. Keep talking. I gotta just turn off the oven. Child support is unfair towards the man.
Oh no, it's not. It's not unfair because if the man has custody of the child, then the child still needs to be supported. So whoever has the main custody should be providing the child support. As far as is it unfair for men to not always get custody of the child? Yeah, I can see where that's a problem, but there has to be, certain legal ramifications.
So you
and-
feel as though that if the man is in custody of the child, the woman should be paying child support.
Of course,
Okay.
if someone has that
Because
child,
there are women who don't believe that.
well,
there are women
there's
who
women and men who also. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion
Yeah.
and in their,
That's your kid.
100%, but not for nothing. I mean, I think we think that, or not we. I'm gonna say people think that child support is my, weekend money. My money so that I can go party. My get lit money. That's not it. I mean, here we go circle back to good parenting. Child support is supposed to do that, support the child. If you're going to get an extra income, which, by the way, is always insufficient, and I'm not speaking as a person who has ever received child support, because as a widow, I know the loss of a parent is financially devastating. So even if, and I have to recoup, recover, and try to make that happen. So when you have child support, you need the ability to,
Walking into that saloon, push them
That's
double
me.
doors open, the spurs, ching, ching.
I'm sorry.
I'll have me a whiskey.
We are just to bother you. Just to bother you.
I'm gonna spit
sorry,
into the
that was me.
spittoon.
Ding. That's me. Okay. What I'm
No.
going to do is mute because I know.
He said,
another
"Get
call."
ready, pilgrims."
Anyway, with the child support thing, sorry about that. Child support thing, you should always have a vested interest in your child. And you should always be able to support that child. Now, let's think about that for a minute. A lot of people cannot support their children, right? So you have the parent who can't donate. It's not a donate, who cannot give money to support the child. That's, I think, a big problem in society that, a parent, for whatever reason, is no longer involved in the family unit, in the traditional family unit, and you have single parents, for whatever reason, and the household suffers because it's never enough money to support properly, but you do the best you can with what you have. You want a
No,
second?
I said no.
No,
I
what?
said no, it's not.
What?
No, it's not enough money.
It's never enough money. I mean, even a two-parent household is still not, you got to live hopefully within your means, and that's very difficult to do on just a two-parent
Yo,
family.
these Liberty Mutual commercials are getting wilder. This
Alrighty.
emu's got a wig on.
But
bro.
here's the thing though. But man, nobody. Yeah, it's not enough money. That's
They cooking chicken. You're cooking poultry on the grill.
Dude,
I'm
stay
dead.
focused.
that's where it's not enough money. That's great, but that's not the debate. That's not the debate. Well, coming from that, that should be the base debate. But the debate is, it's not equal for men because men suffer the most when it comes to the fucking word. What do we?
Child support?
Child support.
Why are they suffering the most?
Because the thing is, a lot of the time today, Mom, we're talking about today, not your time. Women these days literally have kids just for the extra income.
You missed the conversation when you went upstairs.
You're definitely right, I did, but I'm just saying,
Okay, well, no, I'm going to have a child so I can what? Unless
Exact-
you're a baller, I don't see where that applies.
Yeah, especially with the stimulus check, people were trying to pop it out just for the stimulus check. I remember that.
Okay, that's a one and done, so or three and done.
Yeah,
so I mean, I don't know where we're going with that.
but today's day and
16 or
age,
whatever it was,
I said,
12.
you trying to break E's rocking chair?
No, I'm chilling.
Please don't.
What's the problem?
Okay,
I will probably buy her new one.
that's what I wanted to hear.
All right then.
Oh, you can't. Oh,
Pay
yes,
for
queen.
a chair that's not hers.
Yes.
However,
Yeah.
she will go to
Oh.
for family.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's the
Going on
site
here.
we want to see. Legs open, right? That's the site right there.
Anyway, are we finishing? Dude,
We're still going.
reel
we
it
can,
in.
we can
Bring
keep
the
going
horses
hard.
home. Come
Keep going
on
strong.
now. Struggle's real.
Because here's the thing. Because they put. Okay, not even just. All right.
Your grandmother's a fan up in here.
Yeah, man. She
This
said.
is no joke.
I'm dying.
I-
I'm hurting.
I'm comfortable.
Good thing I ain't
You
showered.
can be comfortable. You wearing short shorts.
Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So the thing is with the situation is that women will literally have kids just for the sake of the extra
Negative.
income.
I don't know who you're talking to.
So will men.
Wait,
Class
hold
of-
on,
of
hold
people
on.
Yes,
hang
so
around
men,
with.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait.
America,
What man
America is full
doing that?
of
Men will try to impregnate a woman. Men can always pop it. Men will try to impregnate a woman just to keep the baby, to get her impregnated, knowing that she doesn't want it, and then they will keep the baby and force her to pay child support.
And a
I
woman
deal
will
with
do
these
that too.
things on a regular. I know
there
you
we
just
go.
said that, but I said
Right.
so will men.
Wait,
I deal with
wait.
things on a regular basis.
Wait.
Say it
Hold
again,
on.
explain it.
But hold on. Who's doing it more though?
It's not
It's
about more
act-
or less.
No. It is more or
It's
less.
actually very common for men to try to just pop it into a woman that are not. Men can always pop it.
I says it's not about who's popping it.
I know, but I'm saying
it's not about just
very
the frequency
common
of
to
popping
find
it.
that. It's just very common. Don't derail that. It's
I'm not
very
derailing
common for both.
Okay,
to wanna
into
do
the
it.
mic, Isis.
I thought I am.
No. It's over here. All right, you gotta be right here.
It's very common for both to want to be able, either or, to want to be able to pop it and move on for the money. But
Right.
because men can pop it in 5 seconds, they'll find a. I know plenty of men who will find a woman just to sit there and make sure that they can pop it, and then keep the baby for themselves for the
keep
child
saying
support.
pop it?
So they want to keep the
Because I
pop
wanna
and
say
pregnant.
the
So
Bop
you want
it.
to. So wait a minute. They want
Pop
to.
it.
Okay.
They
Impregnate
know that
the
woman
women
is
so that
not
they can
ready.
have-
They know that the
Pull
woman's
it.
either not
All right,
ready or
Phil.
she just doesn't want the kid, and they know that this woman is not gonna.
Isis, Mike.
I didn't know that.
Put it
turning my
closer to
head
your
was gonna
mouth.
Yeah,
make
it
a
does. You
problem.
guys spark right into the mic.
Say it again.
Can I lose a train of thought?
There's men that want to get the
No,
woman pregnant.
I know a lot of men that will try to
Just get their
find
nut
a
off.
woman who are they know that are not gonna have the abortion, who they know don't want the kid, who they know but who they know don't want the abortion, but don't want a kid, and they will trick them into having the baby so that way they can get it.
Right. That's a manipulation tactic that both parties can produce.
I know.
But
Tanya
here's the
just
thing,
said
though,
that,
but-
and I was saying it for men. Men
Hold
do
on.
it too.
I didn't say that men aren't capable of doing it. I said the
I
frequency.
know you didn't, but I
No.
was just saying men do it too.
And that's valuable information that needs to be shared with the world. But I don't know if but people
I
think
don't.
that shit
I've never even heard, unless again, I'm going to go back to
America's
Baller,
full of
that
dumb
is
people, Mom.
100%, sweetheart. But what I'm trying to say is, I've never understood that a man got a woman pregnant so that he can keep the baby. Is that what you're saying to me? Now, and then his benefit is just the child, or he's then going to ask her for child support. Okay.
Child support, the money.
So again, we're looking at
He
child
might not
support.
even care about taking care of the baby. He just
That-
wants the money.
That's my point. So now
And
we're
that's the
looking.
same deal with the woman.
Okay, so now we're looking at child support as my weekend getaway slush fund. So that's the issue I think we're talking
but
about
it's
here.
not. It's not. Hold on. It's not just okay. We know there are other avenues of child support. It's the actual bill of child support. But then aren't there other avenues of getting child support, like other forms of income that the government will send you because you have a child that you need to support. That's what I mean.
Wick. And all
Well,
that snap.
No, but that's
all that.
all. That's
talked
all
about
eligibilities. But that has nothing to do with the child support.
No. But it all comes into play like that.
Well-
It's not just I'm not talking about just child support, but I'm just using child support because I mean that's the biggest one. But
That's very ghetto.
Okay, so saying that child support
I'm
is
saying
the benefit.
that's the big one. No.
What else do you get having a child single? What other type of entitlements?
There are other entitlements that people get from being a single
benefits.
parent. Yes, all benefits. Not, I'm not saying entitlement, benefits. To,
Benefits.
to gear towards taking care of the child. But what I'm saying is a lot of people use that just so that they can collect money so that they don't have to get a job. Or if they do get a job, it's something small.
It's the right way.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
the right
Okay, I don't even know what that. What you? Okay, I'm wrapping my head around this. Let me get this right.
Okay.
You're telling me that I'm gonna have a child so that I can get your child support.
Yeah.
Again, baller alert. Because in any town USA, who's making that kind of cash that I'm collecting that kind of dough from you?
The significant other could have been a baller.
Baller.
But here's the
Correct.
thing- but hold
No,
on,
This
here's
is
the
a
thing.
baller thing.
Wait, we're not talking about. Wait, we're
I'm
not just
talking-
talking about ballers, man. We're talking about because here's the thing, though. Isn't it no matter what happens that you have to pay that money? You will have to pay that
The
money.
child support.
Yes.
But the child support usually goes along with the income of the parent who needs to pay it. So if you got, now here's where you're thinking, if I'm just going to put it man, woman, household, right? Dad leaves, okay, disappears. Mommy's filing child support. So now mom's going to file for that. Dad ain't got no job. So what's she collecting? Right? So it's got to go off of his income. Does that mean that he what? He's going to keep his money on the down low, work off the books.
What time it is?
Well, he's going to keep it, invisible so that the government don't stand there and just give what he's supposed to give. Supposed to give. That's the word, supposed to give, okay? Normal parenting, you take care of your child. So I'm just going to throw out mom and dad again. So dad's out there saying, yo, this bitch, fuck her. I don't want to be with her. She was always XYZ, witch alive. All right, whatever you want to call her. So he's going to say, yeah, that's my baby, whatever. Well, I don't even know if that's my kid. And here we go, throwing out, get the test, whatever. Guess what? You are the father. Okay, Maury? So here's the point. Now he's got to be responsible for that. So he works. He's going to, a share of it's going to be garnished out of his paycheck. Why? Because he has a child. Why? Because he fucked the bitch and there's a child. Okay? Be responsible at all points. If you didn't wrap it up, if you didn't do whatever, then here we go.
It takes one time.
Here we go. That's all it takes.
And then you get a-
and that pull out, don't even go there because there's many a pullouts walking in the street
What
as
I'm-
we know.
What I'm saying is, and then,
Okay?
and then
Don't tell me that.
One
And
shot,
then-
don't stop.
That's
and then
it.
you get-
Okay? That doesn't go that way. The point is that now he's got to deal with the consequences of his actions. Just go mommy and daddy.
And
okay?
then you have
So
now
now-
the mom who only now wants to be the single mom because she's been impregnated and now realizing, wow, I have a human being growing in me. I think I should be the only proprietor since
No.
he's a douche.
Not, well, okay.
And
Thank
now
you
he
for that
no
last
longer
part.
needs to be in my life.
He's a
so
douche.
He can leave.
He's a douche.
Now, what if he's actually A1, A-OK, and mom just wants to take the baby and not worry about anything?
Who determines the doucheness?
I set the douchiness aside. What
Okay.
if he is a gentleman and a good guy?
How do we
Now,
know that?
She knows for a fact
That he's a
that the
douche.
baby daddy. I changed the subject from douche.
The courts will know.
Now, the
Of
mom,
course, don't care.
baby mama,
Courts will know.
could come up and say,
You got to identify
"Hey,
the douche.
I know you're a great guy and you're awesome, but I feel as though that I should probably be taking care of this baby by myself. Why?
he's gonna-
Because I don't really think I need someone else in my life to take care of the baby. You could pay child support and everything, but I will be the only one.
Flip it. If you
Now
don't
you
want
can.
the gender roles like that, flip it.
It's
A man
not-
says it.
Everyone says it. What I'm saying is the person who's taking the child and not letting the other person take
Be
care
a
of the
part of their
child, be a
life.
part of their life, that person is in the wrong.
Yes, agreed. But let's understand something.
Ex-girlfriend.
Both parents should be involved in the relationship unless there is something wrong. Let's just say there is. I'm going to go with your word, douche. If there is a douche in the relationship and little Janie sees daddy douche or mommy doucheness going through, that's a problem. Let's bring
Right.
that the attention to the powers that be to determine that little Janie can't be around daddy
If
douche
mom or dad
or
is
mommy
that
douche.
guy, they shouldn't be in the picture, but
Cor-
still pay for the
listen,
child.
Listen, he was a part of that Okay,
You have a responsibility to
he's
support.
got a responsibility to support.
But
Absolutely.
here's the thing that nobody's debating that. Like, I mean, there are guys out there who run and duck from child support, but you need to pay that. The thing is that a man, an actual man, will take care of his kid.
Correct.
We're not complaining about an actual man that will take care of his child, because a real man will make sure, even if he doesn't see his kids again, make sure that that bill gets paid in the name of the child.
Right.
We're talking about women. All right, you want to say dudes too? Which I'm gonna need them numbers, Jack, and I asked you for those numbers twice already. I'm gonna need the
Just
whole,
take into account that people.
okay,
Just people.
I'm gonna play the roles because that's what I've been doing. So let's say that the dude's a nice guy, because people like to harp on whether or not the guy is a good person versus the female is a nice person. So yeah, he's a nice guy, but he's paying the bills.
Bless you. Paying the bills. I don't understand what
He's
that means.
making sure that in the name of the child that it's getting taken care of. But the mother is over here. She just got the kid just to play homie and to get the money. But he's actually a good guy. Hold on, you're shaking your head. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You can't hear me because Snuffleupagus is freaking snarking.
Y'all say I'm bad.
You're making the same sound.
cold, bruh.
Go ahead.
I'm not just trying to scratch my throat.
Come on.
I'm saying that what this dude is, he actually, yeah, okay, he didn't want kids now. He planned on having it later or didn't even know. But then he's like, you know what? I got a kid. I got to step up. I got a bill to pay. I want to make sure that child's getting taken care of, which is what he's supposed to do. But that mother, she's over here like, I don't give a fuck about you, that kid. She just sees it as another income, because there are multiple ways that the government has created. Yeah, I can't give you really no more than what's it called, but ISIS, I'm sure you know. And if you want to give us
I
some
just
detail.
said Wick.
Okay, Wick, John Wick, that's the only Wick I know.
No, it's women, infants, and children. Is WIC designed to help the woman who is with a child, or even, if there's not enough funding in the family, that they can offer support like food and it's things like that to take care of the child, so that there isn't such a horror financially in regards to services. So it's not like, woohoo, I got WIC. No, I mean, you people are misunderstanding
Please, it's
the benefits. Woohoo.
Ma,
What's
Ma, Ma.
the
We gonna get paid.
We're not thinking, Ma, we're talking about
I got food
low
stamps.
hanging.
Stop
Got
it.
food stamps.
You know
I'm
what
about to
I'm
get.
saying?
I'm about to get
Listen,
this
listen.
money from my baby daddy.
We're talking about low income folks who really have no aspirations to level up and get higher. Hence
Right.
why they got kids so early on.
Well,
All right.
I don't know
I'm
about
sa-
that. That's another conversation.
All right, that is another conversation. But I'm saying that these are low hanging individuals. I'm not saying thugs. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying like people who don't have no aspirations and they just want a free meal ticket.
It's not a free meal.
But here's the thing. Hold on. Disattach yourself from your age. We're talking about today, Chief.
Even so today, sweetheart, the money that you get from any type of thing like that, unless, again, I have to go with baller, unless you are that high on the totem pole as an income for the person who's leaving. So mommy could be, like the example before, you brought up ISIS, the guy up and impregnates the woman so he can have his now piece of cheese from her. Okay, so she's got to be that high up, a professional that's going to be pulling in, some really big money so that he can get a slice to support the child. So, I mean, if you're talking the average American John Q. public, you're not going to get that kind of big money. You're going to get piddles, okay, off because you're getting off of someone's salary. That person that has to make a huge salary to be like baller alert, where's my $2,000 a month minimum? You understand? So the average person is not going to have that because it's a percentage, it's whatever it is off the income. So you're not going to have this baby so I can get my child support. And the child support is to support the child. Now we're thinking wrong. If you're going to go and buy your Gucci slides, if you're going to go and get this, that, and the other off that money, then we're going back into poor parenting because you're not thinking about it.
That's what we're going off of.
Well, then that's the problem.
Wait. You thought we were talking about good parenting this whole time?
Well, I think we're misunderstanding. Okay, well, I think we see a real decline in the family structure.
We're talking about not good people and a lot of the shit that's going on today.
Yeah.
We're not talking
That's
about...
always been happening.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the good
We
Like,
all know if you're a good parent, you're a good parent. That's why you're not a blip on the radar.
we're talking about people who actually like you get the child support, you get the bare minimum of what's needed. So you go get your nails did and this and
Right.
that with the child support money. You're not trying to take care of the child to the
Right.
fullest of your capabilities. That's what we're talking about.
Right. Well, that's not right
Yeah,
in any
basically,
position.
basically, we're not talking about good people. We're talking about good people getting taken advantage of,
Okay.
and then the government and society looking at those actual good people and damning them, painting them like they're bad people. That's what we're talking about. And most of the time that happens to the man. Yes, I don't deny men they bop it and dipski. All right, but
A lot
more
of the
times
time-
out of 10 it's the dude being painted over.
Because it's the bad person, whether it be male or
6
female,
times out
that
of
has the
not that
more
high.
silver tongue than the
Six-
other.
hold on.
Now,
Wait.
it's not that high.
6
anymore.
times out of 10.
It's not.
It's what?
Okay, 5 plus 5 is 10, Isis. So
Yeah.
that's more
No,
than
wait,
half.
is it?
Well, 5
I-
times
listen,
out of 10, what happens?
I mean, 6 times out of 10. So you said 9 times. It's
I almost said
is?
9. I said most of the
It's
time. I didn't say
6.
9. I almost said
Still
9.
most of the time.
I almost
What
said 9
is
times.
it that you're
It's like
talking
6
about?
times out of 10.
Oh, what is 6 times out of 10?
I lost my train of thought. We're like,
What?
What did you say? Was
What
it
did you
9
say?
times out of 10?
I was gonna say 9 times out of 10 it was mostly the man, but no, it's mostly the man that gets painted as a
oh,
in
yeah,
bad
no, that's
light.
what I'm saying. 6 times out of 10. It's mostly
Okay.
the man.
So either
Because the
way,
woman is getting painted too.
okay. But
So
how often?
It's not that high anymore. Like now, if we're going off of
Not every
nowadays,
woman is,
it's not
innocent.
that high anymore.
Well, more men are getting custody of children.
listen,
Is that what
so
you're
long-
saying?
Because they're recognizing
Not
the actual
Wait,
good
it's not.
people.
No. I ain't say it's not just custody. It's not. I'm not talking about
Getting painted as the good
custody.
parent?
Custody.
It's not that high anymore.
It's not that high.
Okay, go ahead.
Because bad parents can get custody. Okay, and then we're talking. If we're talking about both, I'm talking about child support right now. That's different. So
Okay, if you have custody of the child, you should be getting child support.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay.
I
so
don't
the
see
bad-
what's
okay,
up with that.
Okay, but it's the bad parent or the good parent getting the child.
Well, what's a good parent?
The good parent, not the one
Using
spending
the child support for the child.
Yes.
That's what you're equating good parenting.
In fortune for the child.
Listen,
yes.
I could be a good parent only because I'm using the money from child support. You know, I could still be a horrible parent, right?
Wait,
it
say
happens.
that again. Say that again.
Like, you could still be a horrible parent using the child support for the child. I mean, parenting can go in so many ways. So yes, let's start with the fact that you have to pay child support. You have to put
Ma.
the finances toward that. And if you're not using it toward the care of the child, then that's a problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, and then that child should be taken away from you.
No, well,
If you're not using the money for the child's better gain.
well, things have to, there has to be some sort of, because let's think about that.
Are you,
Now, the
are you
man
about to justify it?
No, I'm not going to justify it because you need to put the money toward the child.
Right.
Without a
And if
doubt.
you're not putting the money towards
Who's
the
to-
child, you're putting it towards yourself, and you
Okay.
shouldn't have that child.
So let's think about it for a minute. How are you going to know where I'm putting that money?
That's what
Think
that's
about
what
it.
I was gonna say.
If the kid
That's literally what I
is
was
skinny,
gonna say.
bare bones, smells like flies, and is coughing up a storm because he hasn't
Yeah,
eaten
but
in
if
a
you're
week.
making it, you're not.
I don't know how many times we gotta tell you
If
this.
you're making it, keep telling me. If you're making it on your own, then the child support is enough. Your child could be fat as all hell. That
That's
don't
not what I'm
mean that You're
saying.
using the child
That's not-
support for them.
That's not what I'm saying. If you're not caring for the child, if you're not putting that child support money towards the child, and then the child has got bags under his 7-year-old eyes, skinny, bone, and no muscle,
Then child
eyes
services
looking
should
like
be
an
called.
anime character, then the child should be taken away.
Well, taken away, there should be an investigation as to what's going on.
Investigation.
Investigation.
I
You don't
think
know
it's
what's
very
going on. in there.
apparent that the kid's not being fed.
There could be a whole bunch of things going on there. Could be a
What
whole
bunch
bunch
of
of
things?
things. I mean, you
Okay,
know,
that kid could have something medically wrong with him, and the mom is still not taking care of the
well,
child.
that's what child services has to
So
be
take the
involved.
kid away.
You just can't run in and it's
Right, it takes a while
it takes
for
a while
somebody
to
to come up with that
justify
decision.
that child being removed from the home, but it's just
Right.
going to take investigation. So child services has to be
Do
called.
you still believe that
to
that child
investigate.
should be taken away?
No, I'm saying that you know what.
Even though he's not being fed, even though he's not being
No, I'm
taken
not
care
saying
of?
taken away. I'm saying investigate what's going on in the family. You can't just snatch and grab like that because let's think
Okay,
about
it
this.
doesn't have to be a snatch and grab. If it's a parent that the parent is not being a good parent.
Let me ask you a question. You take the child away, and then what? Where do you put the where do you put
In
the child?
foster care, somewhere
Okay.
that he would be
All right.
better taken care of.
Listen.
That's not the case.
That's-
Foster care is not going to be the best thing.
Well, not only that, you don't always think foster care is fantastic and
You're
it's
still going to
wonderful.
get food, and this child is not eating.
Okay, wait a minute. We're derailing because that's another topic to
What's
discuss.
derailing? This is a part of the subject.
No, wait a minute. We
We're
went
talking
from
about men and women.
gender roles
Not
to now
parenting. That's why I was,
parenting
like,
and all that
confused.
jazz.
Hold on.
All parenting.
Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Because I'm saying this now since I hear where you're coming from, Ma. Phil, I see where you're going. The thing is, this goes into. I want to full circle this, but I want to see where y'all go with this. It full circles into the deconstruction of, because a lot of times the courts are more in favor of the woman.
Not anymore.
Okay, define not anymore.
If you're talking about today's day,
I'm talking about bring that mic to your face.
If you're talking about today's, do you want this?
Yeah, I like that.
No,
You want this?
I prefer
you're
that.
gonna start rapping.
If you're talking about today's day,
ISIS, bring that to your
Bring
mouth.
it to the
Stop.
face. It was at my face.
ISIS, it's right here. It's right here.
Come on now.
You gotta be
Talking
in
about
You know
center.
what it is? She doesn't hear it in her
I don't
ears,
hear it.
so she
Okay,
doesn't know how
okay.
far
You want my
away
headphones?
she is.
Hold the mic to
There
the
it
center of
is.
your
Yo, ISIS,
face.
you want
Okay,
my
the center of
headphones?
your mouth.
If
and
you're
we can hear.
talking about today's
See, there you
day
go.
and
You're good.
age, Tonya, shut up.
I'm trying to help you out.
If you're talking about today's day and age, I think you're using my chapstick, friend. If you're talking about today's,
Hey,
oh.
Yo, finish the point.
Flippy, shut up! You're the first one.
I didn't go.
If you're talking about today's day and age, the courts are going both ways at this point.
Yeah.
It's not always
The percentage
just
is
the
not
men.
as
It's
high
not
as it
as
used to
high.
be.
The
Yes.
equality is
If you want to
increasing.
go off today, when she was younger, sure. We're
What's-
going off of
like a
two-
century
I
ago.
can give you the
What's
percentage, Tanya.
today?
The
can give you
statistics.
No. I'm not looking for percent. I'm looking for year. When did they start doing this?
It's been evolving.
Hold on, no. I'm asking her. I'm asking
I
her.
can't give you a different year as to
Okay.
when the courts have been evolving because I've only been on
Okay.
this earth for 22 years. I cannot give you the research that I've no. But today,
I'm talking
What's
with
today to you?
today for me.
What's today?
2010 to now.
There you go.
Okay, I'm talking about 2010, right about when we were able to start. No,
In
not
my
even-
era.
I don't even want.
You
Hold
could
on,
have
hold
said
on, hold
something
on,
like
hold
that.
on, hold on. I don't even want to say like 2010. I'm talking about when we were able to start basically making moves on our own. So basically, I want to say like, maybe like I don't know, 14 up.
There you go.
Us.
Even so, 2010 and up, things have been changing. So it's not just if you're talking about today,
The age 14, not the year.
Tanya, shut up.
I'm trying to give you context.
If you are talking about today, then today's day and age, men are getting looked at by the courts more than women. Talking about today. Do not look that up. Because you are just on the
I'm
phone.
not looking it
and
up.
Then when you go on the phone, you like take 10 years.
Yes,
You need to continue speaking, please. Thanks.
Y'all said something. Y'all smell something cooking? Who's cooking? I turned off the oven. Who's cooking? Toast.
Okay,
can
that
barely
door's
smell
open.
anything.
Somebody's probably barbecuing. Anyway, so what I'm saying, yes, what you're saying is
So I'm
today's
saying-
standards of the
So I'm-
family
changing.
structure, it's definitely evolving. We have to think about that as in evolving terms, not only as gender, sexuality, fluid, right? That's it now. I'm not going to subscribe to male-female relationships, whatever. I'm fluid. You know, I love you because you're great and you're beautiful. So I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you however I choose to love you. So that doesn't mean that I'm gay, I'm straight, whatever. I'm fluid. I'm non-binary. I mean, that's what's up now, right?
Wait, what?
So I'm non-binary.
wait,
I'm going to
wait.
love you the way
Where
I'm
you
going to
going
love
with
you.
this?
So the evolution of everything is always evolving. So when you have the actual thought of male and female gender roles, they're traditional. To go back to something like that, it's de-evolution because the family has evolved and has turned into so many different things.
All right, I was saying
So
this.
I'm sorry.
No. I mean, keep going.
So the family unit has changed dramatically because we all have been raised, you know, your grandmother, thankfully that we had her, has certainly played a big role in your lives as far as being a stable person to care for you while your father and I worked. So she was available. So grandma was definitely in the picture. So, and you have a lot of families that only grandma or auntie was in the picture. Somebody like that. Or somebody who didn't have a child and will raise little, Shaquan, whatever. That's what's there. So the evolution of the traditional father, mother, male, female role, because, now there's Jane Jane and there's Bobby Bobby. So that's evolving. What we don't want to stray from is the caring of the child and the caring of each other in that relationship so that I'm male, you're female, I identify as male, you identify as female, so therefore I have this traditional role. No, which is what you started with. So we have to define and understand each other. But you know what? If you're with me and I'm with you, we should have similar viewpoints so that this won't be a huge issue. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hooking up. Because if you think that I'm going to be in the kitchen cooking you this, that, and the other, and I'm like, sorry, bud, I'm going to be right next to you swinging the hammer, then, we're not for each other. Because I'm going to expect you to come over and change a diaper. And you're like, no, I don't change diapers. Then we got an issue. So we have to understand that with each other in the beginning. God bless you. To make sure that there are no misunderstandings and it doesn't cause an issue with the relationship. So gender roles are evolving. The family unit and structure has evolved and it's continuously evolving. I don't understand. Say that again?
I wasn't even that serious.
So what did you say?
The world is evolving.
The world is evolving.
But
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. And it's not you can call it an evolution, but it doesn't look like an evolution just because of how society's reacting to it. So you could consider it evolving, but the way the adapting that we're doing to it is going to do more harm than good in the long run. What I'm saying is that that's actually where you bring it up. Okay, so the gender roles, and by roles I don't mean like cooking and I mean I do actually. So
Yes, you do.
yeah, I do but here's the thing though. A man is supposed to be self-sufficient.
No,
Hold on. What?
that's not.
Wait, that's not what a
Man
man's
is not
to...
supposed to be self-sufficient.
Anyone is supposed to be self-sufficient.
Hold on.
Okay.
Period.
Hold on. No.
Human.
Listen,
Adult.
Anyone is supposed to
Okay.
be self-sufficient.
An
Now
adult.
you're talking about men versus women, and how a man is supposed to.
Well,
be
let him
macho.
finish
hold
his
on.
thought.
Hold on.
Let him
Hold on.
finish
Hold on.
his thought.
Is that what I was up for?
Let him
Because
finish his
I didn't finish what I was going to do.
Self-sufficient, so it's a woman.
Yeah, okay. Did I
So
say
go ahead.
women weren't?
No,
supposed
we
to be?
we didn't hear the rest of it.
You're
So
definitely
finish.
right.
Go
So
ahead.
I was like, a man is supposed to be self-sufficient, right? There's that whole thing where it's like, oh, men aren't supposed to cook and clean. That's changed to where a lot of men now are like, yo, you supposed to cook, clean, and all that. There's a lot of dudes out there toting, clean your room, make your bed.
House that is.
What?
House dad.
I didn't say that.
There are house
That's
dads.
different.
How did it do
That's
with
different.
house
That's
There are.
listen.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
I
hold
heard
on.
house dad.
Hold on. That's not what I'm
That
saying.
doesn't make you a house dad because you're cleaning your room.
Well, there are a lot of
I ain't talking about fatherhood.
where the situation where man would be the breadwinner, a woman could be the breadwinner, and the man could be the house daddy.
How about we all are breadwinners?
Yes.
Okay. First of all,
Every relationship has its own different roles.
I ain't talking about relationships right now. Talking about individuals, the individual genders. Okay. And because this is where the actual unity comes into play, where we each can tap into the gender pools. All right. A man is supposed to be able to tap into his feminine, and a female is supposed to be able to tap into her masculine. But the majority of that time, that doesn't happen throughout each other's lives. A lot of time, a man is femininity, cleanliness, caring, emotion, divinity, masculine, hard,
Where'd you get that
drive,
from? Is that Webster's
strength.
Dictionary?
No.
So where'd you get that from?
You pulled that out of your pocket.
Hold
Times
on.
of,
I don't know
times,
what
of
that's
people,
about.
times of people learning the
Oh,
way that
stop
the
it.
past few hundred years, the man was supposed to be the stoic. I don't take no nonsense from people, but the only nonsense that I take is when I'm screwing around with the boys. Now, and how the past 100 years of women have been, the women were the ones at home. The women were the ones that were abused by the male abuser. People have just been going around for centuries with the man as the proprietor. Now times has changed, and there are a lot of people who have a lot of scrutiny with it.
I don't understand. You saying that gosh darn it, it's changed. Why can't we go back to where we were?
There are people who think that way.
Okay. Well then, you know what? That's too bad because they're not the
Exactly.
ones that are sitting back in the Stone Age,
Yep.
not evolving
But
Look
hold
into
on,
and
his government.
seeing
hold on. What's wrong with what I just said?
that divinity, yeah.
What's wrong with
What
what I
is
just
that?
said?
Negative.
What's wrong with what I just said?
That you have to be able, you know what? I think we're forgetting that we're human initially, right? That's the first thing. We're human. With that, we have certain societies have put certain gender roles to them.
This
So
society too.
that's a society
No,
thing.
This society has done that too. That's the problem.
Say what?
But now, talking about now,
No.
it's been changing.
Even cultural. Think about
I
cultural.
What
Culture has a huge factor in
But,
this.
but hold on. Where's the flaw?
I don't agree.
Why don't you agree?
Okay, I don't agree because you have to realize that because you cry, that makes you feminine. Because you clean, that makes you feminine.
That takes me back to the past 100 years of
Hold on,
hey,
That's-
hold
don't
on,
be such a girl.
Hold on. Who are generally more emotional, men or women?
Men! All the above, god damn it.
Who is
The
generally
human
more
is emotional.
No,
Now-
no. Who is
Hang on, I've
generally?
met men who are more emotional than me.
Yes.
Okay.
Same.
I
He's talking
said.
in a general.
I said.
sense, a general
who,
standpoint.
Who?
Now? You want to go off from nowadays?
No, I'm not going off now. I'm going
Now-
off.
now you're not
no,
going off from
because
nowadays.
because here's the thing. For mad long, we as men
But-
were.
but you were going off of
Listen, what I'm
nowadays.
talking about, ISIS, because now I'm talking about all
now you're
time.
switching it up.
No, I'm not pushing it up because now,
switching it up.
no, I'm not switching it up.
Can you not interrupt him?
Flip it,
Go.
you're gonna say
Listen,
Oh.
listen. I'm trying to have a real conversation. I ain't down for none of this sass talk. Not on my podcast. I had this conversation with y'all before, and I'm not doing it here. Right?
Finish it.
Who is the ones who get more emotional, men or women?
both.
In
No,
a general
who gets more
standpoint.
emotional?
I don't know what age range you're talking about.
I'm not talking age
just
range.
talking
age
general.
range.
I'm not talking
It-
age
It
range.
could
It
be
is.
for a slew
Okay.
of different reasons.
A 7-year-old's gonna cry just like a boy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
If they get hurt, they're emotional. They're gonna cry. Simple. Now someone's gonna come behind the boy and say, "Don't cry, because that's being a girl." Whereas the girl would be comforted, right?
Yeah.
The boy would be saying, "Shut up! Buck it up! Shake it off."
A boy gets
That's
broken
what
up with by a girl.
But at
he's
7
gonna
years
cry.
old, the two of them are going to be acting the same way. And it depends on how that child is told to be emotional. Okay? So, and he's around let's just take the boy for example. The boy's going to cry later on in life. All of a sudden, he's judged by his peers. Why is this guy crying? Faggot. Why are you crying? You big sissy. Why are you crying? You ain't no man. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to be emotional. Now he's getting that from his peers. Yet in certain cultures, they would stand there and say, "It's okay to cry. Let it out. Move it along." Or, "I'm here to support you with whatever you're going through." But if you're going to be totally kicked in the teeth every time you're emotional, you're not going to be emotional. And that's the problem. Because we need to be emotional. We're humans. Humans are emotional beings. And the more you hold that in, it creates a whole bunch of other problems. It creates these situations where you think that you're the one that's going to go and stand out there and be the strong, stoic, as you said, the one holding the shield, the one that's not going to fall when hurt. That's wrong. If you fall when you're hurt, you're being human. And you need to be comforted just as much as the girl. Sally and Sammy both have to be comforted.
Nature and nurture.
Husband and wife have to comfort each other. Okay? Your husband's going to come in one day. I'm just saying, you have a husband. Could be husband-husband relationship. Your partner's going to come in one day. Rough as hell day. Stuff is going to happen. They need the hug. All right? Let's go with this. A parent passes away. They're going to need the hug. The pet, your fur baby, passes away. You're going to need the hug. You're going to see tears. And if you're not going to cry when your fur baby passes away, then, that's an issue. Because that's a person or a being that you've loved. And when you experience loss, you're going to cry. It's pain. There's nothing wrong with crying. What's wrong is a person coming behind you and saying, "Stop crying." That's the problem. And that's where we as a culture and as a society don't respect the show of emotion. Now, if you're going to cry for 75 million days, then we need to see somebody, because that's depression. That's a whole nother ball of wax. You got to move it, it takes time. Everybody takes their moments. It takes them time. But you are supposed to be emotional because you're a human being. And that's the problem that we have. You got all these guys out there pounding their chest, acting like I can't, nothing's going to bother me here because I'm this, that. I'm a man. You're a man, then you know what? Then you're going to cry in the closet. And you're going to need therapy because you're holding all that nonsense in. And you're afraid to show your human side. You are a human first. That's what we're forgetting. I'm going to drop this mic right now.
See, everything you said, I'm not disagreeing. Hold on. I'm not disagreeing with anything that you said. I mean, to a point, I do. Everything you said is hold on. Everything you said is mostly true. A lot of it has been taught that we get called faggots a lot. We talked about this mad times on the podcast that a lot of times, but it's not when you're younger. Boys tell other boys, yo, it's kind of like weak. This and that to cry.
Bless you. Mm-hmm.
And then to a point that it's turned to females that look at us a certain way if we cry.
Yes.
And then our friends actually are like, yo, bro, you need a moment to yourself, this and that, or you need to let it out.
Not
Your
always.
true friend.
Yeah, your
That's
true
right.
friends.
Your true friends.
I know friends like that. I know plenty
Exactly.
of guy friends who don't do that.
Right.
Don't do what?
Comfort each other.
That's right.
You got
Men
guy friends?
I know plenty of guy friends
Who do
that
not.
don't comfort each other.
That's right.
I know plenty of guy groups that don't comfort each other.
Yeah.
Okay, who are these guy groups?
Well,
I'm
don't
not
worry
gonna
about
say
it. But there's
that.
people out
it
there.
matters for the social
sure.
experiment.
I'm not gonna say, oh, Steve and Jen. No.
I didn't ask for names. I'm asking for if you got like a race or a cultural background that indulges in such a practice.
It varies in different all cultures. I know plenty of guy groups that vary in diverse.
What do you mean by guy group?
Guys, they're friends.
Okay, you mean male friend
Male
groups.
friend
For guys who would just be around for the good times.
What does
Guys that
mean?
would just be around for the good times.
They're not
Guys
really your
that'll
friend.
just be
Okay,
there
so-
and just be there to make you laugh and not try to comfort
Okay,
you if
so
you're
you
if you're
mean-
going through something.
Acquaintances and associates.
Right.
So I know plenty
They could
of
still
guys.
they would still be
who are
friends,
flu-
but they wouldn't be that much of a friend to you
I know
because they're
plenty
not
of
helping you
guys
out.
who have best friends that don't have comfort from their best friend.
Okay,
Right.
so
You
then
see, now that's an issue.
they're lower on the
Yes.
hierarchy.
Okay,
They're
well,
not a
that's
friend.
not my problem, but
No.
I'm saying that's where that is.
That's real.
Right.
Okay.
That it's real.
And that's
talk.
not a friend.
Well, you know what?
That's just
It's-
somebody there for the good time.
Well, think about it. It's again, they weren't actually taught to see that in another person, another man.
They'll
They-
help you on every other level.
Right, but
that.
they will not be emotional with that man because they always looked at it as a negative.
But hold on. Some
Saw it
people,
as an inferiority
Yes.
thing, and it's all right to cry and make you feel
It's
better.
all right to
some
cry.
men can't indulge in that because they're not in touch with their feminine side.
Okay,
It has
but they
nothing
can
to
be
do
your
with
best
femininity.
friend.
Hold on. Okay.
It has everything to do with
Listen,
emotion. It's not
listen.
femininity.
Hold on. I'm not saying that where did I say it's a bad thing to be emotional?
No,
Because it's
no.
not just emotional, just
But
to
you
cry.
called it feminine. It's not feminine to be
a
emotional.
feminine trait to be emotional.
You get that's where I'm driving at. It's not a feminine thing. It's a human trait.
Okay.
It's a human thing.
It's a
just
cultural-
People have been desensitized and
We have been
nurtured the
told
way
not to be emotional.
they've been nurtured in that direction.
Yeah.
People are hard for no reason. People are arrogant and push their own aggressive ways onto other people because they've been nurtured that way, because they've been brought up
Right.
in that direction.
You could see that with animals. The pit bull. Oh no, you can't have a pit bull.
Pit
You
bull's a
can-
sweetheart. What do you mean? It's the
Absolute.
human that
It's
took care of
how
the pit bull.
you raise anything that would produce whatever's going
Pit bulls
on.
can be straight up mushes.
Right. You see Jasper, the Rottweiler. He's 150, 75. You look at him and you're gonna go in the other direction. Yeah, he's the one that's gonna run up to you and
No,
lick
he-
your face.
Yep.
Jasper's a 3-year-old dog that hasn't
And then
got
you
much
look at-
social
Then
training.
you look at
Regardless
Rocky.
of anything,
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
still
And yet
a
Rocky,
sweetheart.
yes.
Rocky.
Look at
Oh,
Rocky,
fight
the
you.
pug, who's like 15 pounds, who's gonna stand there and just fight you just for touching his nails. He will put you down if he could, just to touch his 15
That's what
pounds.
makes me mad.
Yes, the other one, you can put your hand all in his mouth, and he's 150
Well,
pounds.
Jasper don't like belly rubs.
Yeah, but
Hold
what I'm
on.
saying is that he was
Casper.
taught that way. Well, the pug, no. The pug, he's just got an
Mr.
issue.
Mick.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocky's just got an issue. He just does not want to be touched in certain ways. But you can treat and train the person, the dog,
Did you
to
breathe
be
wrong
that.
in my direction?
Right. So, I mean, how you raise your child, here we go back to parenting. You know, do you got to be rock hard to be a man? No. You got to be sensitive just because you're human.
But I ain't say you can't be rock hard. I ain't say you can't be none of that. I'm saying that within the particular parameters of what femininity is and what masculinity is, it is a more feminine trait to be emotional. Just off rip, you could say
Emotion is
listen,
not feminine.
Will you listen?
So you learn that in science class.
ISIS.
I learned that in college.
What?
I literally learned that. I took
It's a
I forgot
gender-defined
what
I'm
psychology
I'm
class I
saying
took.
I'm
I remember that in my
What?
freshman year. I learned
What?
that we talked about the emotions. I forgot what psychology class. I gotta give her credit. But we talked about the emotions and how people would like to put that there, but then we dived into it, and we have textbooks on it. I don't have my textbooks anymore. I give them in, but about how it's not a feminine trait. I took psychology classes on this stuff. So did you, I'm sure.
Well, you hear me arguing it.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
a
I'm
feminine
just
trait
saying.
because it's
But-
been designated.
But what I'm saying is,
as
I'm
a
not,
feminine
what-
trait.
hold
It's
on.
not
I
a
think
feminine- you're
you
calling it
guys.
a feminine
No,
trait.
I think you're thinking. I mean, it's exclusive to women.
No, I don't.
Or-
think,
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
think
no,
that you, Antonio,
No,
are
I'm
legitimately
not.
calling it a feminine trait.
Yes.
when
What's
it's
your
not.
What's your definition of femininity
That's
and
what it boils
masculinity?
down to, the definition.
What's your definition of
Keep checking your
femininity?
phone. What you gotta do?
Antonio, answer my question.
What?
What's your
Hold
de-
on. Shit.
What?
Hold on.
Let me just take this real quick.
Okay. Can you not put him on speaker, or can you just tell him, text him
Let me
right
call
quick?
you back, okay? Because I'm on. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay,
Okay. All right. All right. Listen. One at a time.
sorry.
One at a time. The thing is, what? What's with the face?
Nothing. Continue talking.
Ma, say it. Jesus Christ. I don't do
Just
this.
say you gotta use the bathroom. man.
Oh, yo, just say 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be back.
Yo, listen, I don't need. Listen, on the real.
But she was playing this.
Yo, I can't see that. Okay, because that can mean a many things. I'm saying, listen, you gotta take a piss. Go say you gotta take a piss. I don't need all of this because it's a distraction, and you see, it's fucking with me right now. All right, it's not my definition. It's what it is. Because you look at who's more what.
No, it's not.
Listen, if you look at who's more what, right, between the two genders, females are more inclined to be more in touch with their emotions and all that. That is positive and negative. It goes both within the confines of positivity and negativity. And then men are generally more.
Stoic.
We adapt. No, not stoic. Not stoic. Just because you're not emotional doesn't mean you're stoic. Stoic is just blank slate.
That's not emotion.
All right. But that doesn't mean that I'm not saying that just because you're emotional means that you're emotionless. That's what toxic masculinity is, though. Stoic. A man can easily just have emotions or show emotions, but he's not going to go over the edge, or he's not supposed to go over the edge, because that's not our job. We don't have that grasp on that.
Your definition of femininity sounds like that if the woman did it first, then it's feminine.
If it occurs more in one gender, that is what it is.
Emotion is not feminine.
I didn't say. Whoa.
I literally just said that's the subject right now. Is emotion just emotion feminine?
Yeah.
Why?
It occurs more in females.
How do you know that?
Because the level that it occurs into, yeah, it occurs.
I'm a very
There's
emotional
more
man.
in that
Yeah.
gender.
Am I a feminine?
It means that you're in touch with your.
Are
feminine.
are
listen
my antics
to what I'm
feminine?
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Yes, a lot of them, yes. But what I'm saying is that
When it comes to emotion,
Phil, listen, the balance is that it's more the balance of the two.
Balance is to you. Did you do your
ISIS, yo,
What?
I'm not playing this ad lib shit.
Did you do your research? No. He's been doing it this whole
Okay,
entire time.
and I'll be getting on him about it. I'll be getting on him about it. It's bad radio to do stuff like that. Both of y'all. It's bad radio.
Tonya, mom's been doing it the entire time too.
Mom's contributing to the conversation, and
That's what
she's
I was
knocking
about
it
to
off.
say. I
I'm
wasn't
contributing.
talking
Okay,
on my
if
ass.
you want,
I was actually
listen, if you want to
talking.
ad lib, put the mic down.
I wasn't talking on my ass. I was actually talking.
Okay, but
Where
you
did
saying
you get your research from?
when I get,
Is what I was gonna say.
I'm watching all these podcasts, Fresh and Fit,
Okay. Did you
AMS.
actually read an article?
What's go? Am I reading an article? I'm listening to the dudes with life
Did you read an
experience.
article?
Yes.
And also
Really?
people
You
who
read-
read the
you read
articles.
the
Yes.
textbooks
The
too?
people that he listens to
The
also read
textbooks,
the
no.
articles.
Articles,
and whatnot.
yes.
You read the
Textbooks, no.
textbooks. You read the articles.
No,
you
I've read
spoke to
I've read
people.
articles. I listen to people. I hear what they have to say.
Well, then he must be right.
No, this is what they all. This is what's
No,
going
like,
on.
seriously.
And then from what I've seen further, the input between men and women, how it generally is. Even if we take out the deconstruction of the patriarchy, the matriarchy, generally people file and fall into a particular set of skills, boxes, emotions, and everything because of what is the diagram of what is a feminine trait and what is a masculine trait. Nothing of what I'm saying is a bad thing so long as it's not taken to an extreme. Yes, we all have every one of these things, but that is part of the balance of the yin and the yang, that we each get into a particular spot. That's why there is a yang in the yin and a yin in the yang. That is what I'm saying. Nothing. I'm not disagreeing with that. It's a human thing to be emotional. I'm getting emotional right now. I'm not saying that.
You certainly are.
Okay, I'm not saying because I'm not saying none of y'all are correct. I'm saying that. Do I know the exact origin of it? No, and that needs more research. But am I saying that which occurs more in the other? That's generally what it is.
Can I just say that I think you were socialized to believe that? Because just like going and kissing a man, hello or goodbye out of respect and stuff like that, I'm just going to use that as an example, that in certain cultures you would normally just kiss a guy, hello.
French.
In our culture, we kiss each other hello, right? Hispanics, you shake a hand, you give a hug. You
Kiss on the cheek.
You just kiss it, yeah, you just kiss your father all the time. Kiss your uncle all the time. You know what I'm saying? People we love in our family, we kiss them male or female. In certain genders, they would look at us like, I'm sorry, in certain cultures, they say, oh, why are you kissing a man, blah, blah, blah. The point is that, yeah, I mean, you don't kiss a man. They just see it as such. So I'm going to say that, you know, in all of your father and I's hard work and trying to raise a family that's neutral as possible, we fell to the social norms of whatever that is. So that, yeah, maybe we need to do better as far as identifying what should be feminine and what should be masculine, because those days aren't now.
But what I'm hearing is that there seems to be a problem because you keep talking about how we need to educate, people need to adhere, people need to understand, and what I'm saying is that that's how it's been. Why fuck up the formula just because there's new tactics being involved or there's a certain way?
That's why. That's why. Simple put.
But here's the thing: what's wrong with it?
Well, it's not working. It's not working with these new tactics and formulas because there are new tactics. We have to revise and amend and addend all that stuff. We have to say, you know what? This isn't working now with what's happening today. And it's creating a lot of hatred toward other people. And it's creating a lot of misunderstandings with other people. And if we can see that, we can do better and change it. What's wrong with that? If you can tell me that now being bisexual out in the open is A-okay, when I was growing up, that was just not done. Although being gay was fabulous when I was growing up. The 80s were fantastic. And you had the best friends were gays. I had the best time with my gays. The point is, it's like now
With
it's
her
like
gays.
with my gays, my gay husbands, absolutely. But
Hey
now
girl, hey girl, how
I,
you
I was a
doing?
fag hag. My hand is in the air.
Ew.
100% admit that.
You
And
got it,
love-
boy.
I had
Snap,
the
snap.
best. All right, you need to stop. Bring it down a couple. So it was the best time. But I mean, a generation before me, unacceptable. I know family members that were beaten because they were not as masculine as they should have been by those who were judging. Family members who were beaten, like brawl, taking hits to the face because they seemed a little effeminate. And that's the problem. So as we evolve to that, we need to realize that the emotional part is not just a feminine trait. You're looking at it as a negative. Being emotional is strength. You can be strong and be emotional because you're in touch with that part of you, and that'll give you peace because you're expressing whatever's bothering you. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can do both. So we need to evolve. You ask, why is it a bad thing? It's a bad thing to stay in that traditional role because society has not stayed in that traditional role. If you're in a household where there's a partner that feels that I should do a certain thing and I sign on to that thought, that's different. That in my household, my husband takes out the garbage, my husband takes care of the yard work, and I stay home and take care of the babies, or I work and stay and take care of the children. That's something I agreed to. That's different because I had made that commitment to him, and we have that understanding that that's what we're going to do. That means I'm not pushing a lawnmower or swinging a hammer. But if the two of us say, hey, listen, we're going to work this together, fine. And I say to him, baby, pass me the hammer. Or he says, or I tell him, you need a diaper for that? Because I smell something. So you're going to handle that. We're going to handle this together, but we have decided to do so. That's what it is now.
Okay.
That don't put me in that hole of 1920,
But
1950s.
That's not 1920. That's not 1950s.
That's 1950s.
Okay,
Father knows best.
I'll go even farther because I don't play that mother knows best shit. What, Isis? What do you guys
It's not
say?
mother knows best.
What? What?
Yeah. We are. This is a 2-hour podcast.
It's only been like an hour 26.
Okay, we're pushing to do 2 hours.
I'm chilling.
I know, I got to eat. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm saying that because I still don't see where the flaw in what I'm saying is because a female can do all that shit. She would just be in her masculine. And a man can do all that shit. A woman picks up a hammer and she's willing to get her fingers dirty and all that. That's great. You can do all that. Just know that you are in your masculine.
Eventually,
No.
it's all just
And
gonna blend
fe-
together.
and how it's blended together as is if they continuously do that.
Yeah.
That's just they wading in that water. That's how if a successful single mother, that's how they can raise a single. That's how they can raise like a son to a degree like that, and for him not to be all just like dainty and all that.
Well,
jazz.
you just fell right into that trap. I
I'm
don't know
not
where that's
I'm
coming
not
from.
falling into no trap, man. I'm telling you,
are.
because here's what's going on. You, as a masculine woman,
Wow.
can sit here and say you can take that as an
You
insult.
tell you. I don't know. Are you trying to insult me?
No, I'm not trying to insult
Okay,
you.
so
I'm
you're
telling
saying
you
it as a
I've been
positive?
telling you this. You are an alpha masculine female. So a lot of shit that I'm saying you ain't gonna see or believe. What?
Sorry,
That's
nobody
no,
heard that.
no, that really didn't have to be on the microphone. That's why.
Because nobody heard what you were
Okay,
saying.
Isis, but here's the thing. If you're not gonna speak, you can't say it on the mic.
We need to hear
I
what you're
didn't
saying.
need it on the mic.
Okay,
That's
then
what I'm
don't say
saying.
it. That's what I'm telling you. Don't say
Oh
it.
my god.
She's an alpha female, not an alpha masculine.
Okay,
female.
well, she is in her masculine.
Why is that? I
She's
don't
an
understand.
alpha.
You see,
That's
here we go
not
back to the
masculine.
definition
The definition, okay, because
of
if that's-
masculine and feminine. You're
because
putting that
here's the thing.
tagline on it.
Because here's the thing: if you want to take all that out, then you might as well not call yourself a woman. You might as well not call yourself a man beyond what's between your legs.
No, you call
and
yeah,
your chest.
exactly. You call yourself by the gender just because of what's between your legs on your
Okay,
chest.
but here's the thing, though. But here's the because that's a different conversation that you don't have time for. That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
All right, we and him got time for that. Y'all don't. So that's what's up.
Okay. Well, I don't agree with you.
I'm saying, yeah.
I think you're thinking.
And all
that-
for it, maybe I didn't do a good job at stating my case and all that this episode, but on the real, that's how it is.
No, I don't agree at all. Because I'm an alpha masculine, as you put it,
She's
female.
an alpha female.
Okay,
There's a
you're an alpha
difference.
female who's masculine. What
She's
the-
head of
what the-
household, alpha female.
Okay,
There's
the
a
matriarch.
difference.
All right, you want elephants when they do a grandmother system. The lead is a female, a cow. Please fix that. Okay, the lead female is in charge of disputes and all of that. She
Disputing.
disputes. Anything, any squabbles that happen within the herd, she deals with. She handles. Okay, that's her job to deal with. And then her daughter,
Does that make her
sisters.
masculine?
Yeah, she could dip into masculine. Yes.
Why does that make her masculine if she's the alpha female?
She's the alpha female. She's head in front.
Why does that make it masculine?
Okay.
Is that
Masculine and
hierarchy in
feminine mean
elephants?
boy and girl.
That's a hierarchy of female elephants.
No, is there a hierarchy of masculine traits in elephants?
Yeah.
So
Female elephants stick in the herd. Youngsters stick in the herd, and then when boys are of age, they split off. And everybody thinks that men just stay alone by themselves, but that's not true. They'll form bachelor herds of like 15, and then within that bachelor herd, there is a lead bull. Usually, and then they go by a grandfather system. But instead, they're not like the females where it's aunts, daughters, mothers. No, generally, they may be brothers or don't even know each other, or they're friends like that. But then that grandfather is the one who's leading everybody. And the only time that they really disperse is during mating season, where everybody at that point is an enemy. Every male is an enemy to another male. Like, they'll kill him, kind of.
so are the masculine or are the male bulls as just as emotional
Yeah.
as the female?
Just as emotional? No. They're probably more curious and less cautious, but they're not as, because that family structure, because they have to leave the female herd at a certain age, and then the grandfather teaches them how to grow up and how to respect the female elephant,
Okay.
and how to treat them well and everything, and not to kill them. And even then, but all that shit goes to the wayside during months.
Yeah. So you just said that they are taught that.
Yeah, they're taught basics.
Right. So same thing with the
Yeah,
children.
I didn't deny that.
The
though.
okay. So the masculine and feminine are definitions a created gender definition. So the old roles of again, traditional. Like the family unit was two parents.
The family
and two
unit. The
children.
family unit is still two parents.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, in the
That
old
depends on the situation that the
traditional
family
day.
is in.
Listen,
Your
listen.
family unit is who you grew up with.
Listen.
That's your family unit.
Listen, the
No,
best resulting of
you're
the
wrong.
word escapes
Takes
me
a village.
is two parents.
You're wrong. Well,
it
it would
doesn't
be
always
best
have
for
to
two
be.
The
parents,
It would
most
be
but it's
better
not.
for
optimal.
two
That's
parents.
what I'm talking about. The most optimal.
even so,
family
sweetheart.
structure is
Let me
two
tell you
parents.
something. A lot of times the father is not around or the mother's not around, and that's a two-parent household.
I said optimal.
That's still a
I
two-parent
said
household.
the most optimal is a two-parent household.
No, a two-parent household can still have a parent that is not present in the family unit.
Okay.
So you can have a parent who could be checked out, mentally, emotionally, and that's still a two-parent household. So just looking at that and saying that generalizing a two-parent household is optimal, no, you want a household of people who nurture that relationship. Two parents, one parent, grandma, aunt, again.
Mormon
it takes a
families
village.
with 6 parents.
I mean, you got, multiple wives. However it works for you, daddy's home, not doing anything. He's drinking. He's sitting on the sofa waiting for his check, or he's shooting up, or he's just hiding in a corner somewhere. You don't know what's up. Or mommy's doing that. Mommy's
Okay,
out.
but here's the thing, though.
That's still
You're
two-parent.
looking at the negative.
No, sweetheart. I'm just looking at the realistic
You're
of it
looking at,
all.
yeah, and through the realism, you're looking at, okay, let's go to the worst case scenario. Shooting up, parents ain't.
No.
Hold on, the parents are not attentive. They're not attentive. Let's just say they're not attentive.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, if they are attentive.
Right. But
So
you can
I'm focusing on what is generally the most optimal for the child.
You want-
Because because in the confines of good parenting, I am not talking about, okay, just because there's two people there, because by your same logic, the village could be fucked up.
Yes.
Okay, so to
Yes.
say it raises a village, man, by
takes
your
a
own
village.
logic of focusing on the negative,
It could
it
be a
applies to
problem.
all that.
Right.
And but
Just
I'm
that-
saying the most optimal for
That's-
good parenting.
You want more than one parent.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree. But you want more than one productive,
Okay.
involved parent.
Exactly.
Because that one parent also could bring down that family unit.
Yes.
Okay.
But we're talking
Okay.
about what is generally best for the child in terms of good
You,
parenting.
you want more than one parent
Okay,
in the
we're not
household.
focused on the negative.
Okay.
Stop going to the negative.
All right.
Okay? Because that's what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to bring up chimps. We ain't got time for
We
that.
ain't got time for that.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to say?
No, I think this is an ongoing conversation that is just,
Yeah, this ain't
you
finished at
know,
all.
yeah, you can't
We
stop
live
here and
in
just say
in
it's
a
finished.
one-sided society where men have done their best to try and stay on top, where white men have always fought to stay on top when they're in denial, also realizing that their reign of terror is over.
Well, it's evolving.
The white man
All right.
is not the only man in charge.
How about
We're all
it's not the only
the
person
same
in
color
charge?
on the
Get this
inside.
gay shit out of here. Listen,
What is that gay? How's that
listen,
gay?
and we're done here.
I'm
I
just
don't wanna
saying,
hear this
like,
fuck shit. So anyway, thank y'all very much for
Right.
listening to the Smashcast All
Hercules,
Ears.
Hercules.
I appreciate y'all listening. Phil, Isis. This is an ongoing conversation. This shit ain't gonna end.
Check out in part 2.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens.
This is actually part 2.
This is part 2.
this
Was
is
our
part
part 1? Was our thing part 1?
Yeah,
Oh shoot, friend.
I dropped that. And you didn't see it.
I didn't see it, but I know you dropped it.
Yeah. So that's,
All right, so then,
I mean,
like,
listen to it. You know,
yeah,
you
I'll
don't
listen-
see
I'm
no
gonna
best
listen to
thumbnail.
it.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We about to get a part 3 going.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
Eventually. So yeah, thank y'all very much for listening.
Hopefully I'll be in better condition.
Smashcast All Ears. Cast Smash. Cast Smash All Ears IG and Smash YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Thank y'all very much. Take care.
Peace.
Be well, stay well. Don't let the white man in the apocalypse get you down.